always stay positive, you know. You always got to stay positive, never stay negative, and every day is another opportunity in life, and be a good person. You know, if you're a good person in life, you're always gonna
You get rewarded.
get rewarded. If you're doing good, give back to the community. You know, that's how God gives you back if you give back to people. You know, so
On my $1 million hustle. The $1 Million Hustle Podcast, where we keep it real, I stated entrepreneurship wisdom. Learn to think like a millionaire and hustle like you're broke. Here's your host, Billy the Kid, aka Billionaire. Think like a millionaire and hustle like you broke. This free game to change your life, you better so. Think like a millionaire and hustle like you broke.
Man, I'm super excited right now, guys. I just got done doing a podcast interview video with Guti from Los Hermanos. Shout out to Guti, man, and his brother and the whole family. Such a great guy, great man, and I had a lot of fun. Like we dove deep into this interview about marketing and branding, which that's like he has that position down, and all the beautiful things that he's doing. I cannot wait for you guys to listen to this interview, man. Again, Guti from Los Hermanos Tacos, Tacos Los Hermanos here from Lincoln, GI. Can't wait for you guys to listen to his crazy dope story, man. Talk about destiny, right? So, but before we get started on the interview, guys, I just wanted to real quick remind you that my new album, From Generational Curses to Generational Wealth, is out now on Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere else. Music is available, so go check it out. I've gotten such a great there's been a lot of great noise, we'll call it. Like, people have been sending me messages, and it's been a blessing. This project has been a blessing. It's generational wealth, and all the titles on there are like super dope, right? Like, we got the self-title song, and then Big Goals LLC, self-development. Like, just check out the album if you haven't. It is out everywhere for streaming. Otherwise, if you haven't yet, The Power of Being Uncomfortable is out now. So order yourself a copy of my book, or listen to it. The audio version is available. And otherwise, guys, I am looking for my next deal. So anybody listening, if there's any property that you're looking to sell, please hit me up. And or if you have a deal going that you need some lending, hit me up. New Era Lending. We do some lending for real estate investors looking to do their next deal. But that's really all I got, guys. Otherwise, don't forget New Era Construction LLC.net if you have any remodel needs, kitchens, bathrooms, concrete, roofing, literally we build houses. So anything that you need, please hit me up. But that is all I got for now, man. I'm super excited just to jump into this interview with Guti from Tacos Los Hermanos. Let's get it, baby. Vámonos. Welcome to the $1 Million Hustle Podcast, baby. It is your boy, Billy the Kid, a.k.a. BDK. I am pumped, man. I have Guti from Los Hermanos today. It's been a long time coming. We've been planning, and here we are. Thank you for coming, bro.
yeah,
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for having me.
For real.
Yep.
We were just talking about how it's cool to see Latinos doing it, and honestly, not even just Nebraska, like in general. Like, it's so dope to see Latinos doing it because, we're trying to break some curses. I just dropped my album, by the way. I got to promote. You already know. We're trying to break curses, right? Like, you see tattoos or something, and right away, and that's one thing that I love about you, bro, is that you're very community oriented. But I got a lot of questions for you, but let's go ahead and start from the beginning, bro.
Let's go.
Where were you born? And just give us a quick bio of like when you were born, and then kind of how you made it up to where you're at right now.
Yeah, I was born in Florida.
Nice.
Born in Florida, but raised in Nebraska. I was brought like I feel like I'm a Nebraskan because they brought me over here when I was 3 months, and I honestly been raised here my whole life. So I mean, pretty much, I feel like I was born here, but still, we're from Florida, but we've been here our whole life here in Nebraska. And when we moved to Nebraska, we moved to Lexington. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
we moved to Lexington. We were there for about 5 years, and I went to kindergarten there, and then from kindergarten.
How'd you end up there? Was it like a job thing with your
My
parents
parents
or?
my parents were working at the IBP plant, the
Hmm.
beef plant. They worked there for 5 years, and then my uncle Philemon Sanchez, he owned Sanchez Plaza.
Yeah, yeah.
He was living in Grand Island when he moved to Nebraska, and he told my dad, he invited him to Grand Island, and hey, come out here, there's an opportunity to open a business, blah blah blah. And yeah, so we ended up moving to Grand Island, and since then we didn't move. We stayed there. We grew up, and well, now I'm here living in Lincoln now and
Yeah.
expanding the business.
Love it, man.
Yep, yep.
So the only thing you probably see is Florida with the beaches and stuff instead of the corn out here,
I've been back twice, but honestly, just for like for
Yeah.
a couple of days vacation. I got family over there, I got cousins, but
Different lifestyle,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, it's different. But I don't regret it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Nebraska is a great place to raise your
Seriously.
kids, and I think it's a great place. A lot of people say, "Oh, there's not much to do," but I'm like, what? If you want something to do, just save up some money, go on vacation, come
Literally,
back.
yeah. And then the funny thing is, so I have family in California. So when we're out there, and just in any other state, honestly, I would say the third day you're probably like, man, there's traffic. Like I want to go back
Yep,
home,
yep,
man. Like I
yep.
want to slow down, you
Yeah, I
know?
was in Houston about maybe 3 weeks ago, and anywhere we had to go, it's a 45
Yeah.
minute drive, 45-minute drive, 40-minute drive.
Literally.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
You start missing
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it. And then it's funny, then you catch yourself here, when you're driving in the traffic here, you're
Yeah,
like, okay, let me not bitch because it's
yeah.
not bad.
I was already complaining here because my bank's like, 25 points bank is like 25 minutes, or I got to go to somewhere it's 15 minutes. I was already kind of
Yeah.
complaining because I'm used to Grand Island
Yeah.
where everything's like 3-5 minute drive.
Yep.
And when I
Yep.
went to Houston, I'm like, I can't be complaining no
For
more.
real, seriously. So let's go ahead and touch a little bit. So you said your uncle saw the opportunity, and that's one thing. Nebraska literally has a lot of opportunity. Those of you who are listening, I see it like a virgin state because there's so many markets, industries, even fast food. Like think of like Jack in the Box.
Yep.
There,
Yep.
we don't have that out here. Trust me, like I since I do some investing, I've even thought about that. I'm like, man, what if we brought a Jack in the Box,
That'd be
and
nice.
and I'm just making up stuff like that. The opportunity is what I'm saying, right? Like there's so much opportunity out here of untapped things, and I love that right away. Like your family identify that, right? Like,
Yep.
so where was that bug planted where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I want to do something for my own.
I think it runs in my family. Most of our family are entrepreneurs.
Hmm.
Most of my family in Grand Island, that's where it all started. They have like food trucks, they got restaurants, they got stores. So everybody does their own little thing, and that's just for the opportunity. I was when I was in high school, I worked for my uncle at Sanchez Plaza at his store,
Hmm.
at the restaurant, in the carniceria, and the cash register. I mean, I did a little bit of everything. So, my brother did it too. He worked for him too. So when I was there, I told my brother one day, he's like one day we'll have our own.
That's awesome.
One day, and
Yeah, and here it
so
is.
yeah, here it is. We're here now, and we started off with a bar in like
So was that your
2011.
first job at your Theo's then?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
As
okay,
a teenager, yes. As
okay.
a teenager, yes.
So you were in the business.
Yeah.
And it's cool because shout out to your family, man. We were just talking off air how I used to go and sell CDs at Sanchez Plaza in Grand Island. So
Yeah, yeah.
pretty cool stuff. But so then where was the first step like after that? So you and your brother talked and
So yeah, I mean, so
was it a food truck first?
how we started?
Yeah.
So basically, we started off with market.
Okay.
So our first business was in 2011. It was me and my
Okay.
brother. We opened up a bar that my dad owned. He still owns,
Okay.
but We did it for 7 years, but honestly, we wanted to change the bar thing.
Yeah.
It's a good start, but eventually throughout the years, family gets bigger and
Yeah.
I mean, just wanted to change that type of business.
Yeah.
I want to do
The
something
scenery.
more family,
Yeah.
So we ended up buying a spot on 4th Street, and we were gonna open a market, like una barrotes and maybe a little bit of meat sales, and it was a little bit of snack area, beer to go, vegetables. It was just like a little convenience store,
Yeah.
maybe 2,000 square feet, not too big, So just we opened up in like November of 2018, I think so. Yeah. So no, 2017, November
Okay.
2017. It was almost the beginning of the year was already going to enter. So, we opened up. It was cool. Not. I mean, we were getting some business, but me and my brother wanted more traffic. We wanted more
Yeah.
business. So at that time,
Like it was good,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you saw the bigger
yeah,
picture.
yeah. I wanted something more. I wanted to stay more busy. I mean, I was still working my full time Standard Iron. My brother he was just working full time there. So when I would get off work, I would go help him out at the store. And what I liked about that job, I had weekends off. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so
So you
it
would
worked
be,
perfectly.
yeah.
Yeah. So we kept going to doing the store. Spring came, and I'm like, how do we do to bring more traffic in? So I told my brother, you know what? Me and him got together. Let's do tacos de carnitas. I mean, me and him looked at each other. We're both. I would think I was like maybe 20, 24 at that time. He was like 26. We don't know how to do carnitas. I mean, yeah, we got the Mexican blood, but we're Chicanos.
Yeah.
And so we um
So
had
it
a,
was
had a
like a surprise
yeah,
to you,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. We
I
didn't
don't
really
know if we
know.
could do that
Yeah, we
or
had a friend. He kind of knew. He helped us out. They were good, but not as good until we called one of my uncles that lives in Mexico.
órale,
Yeah, he
nice.
does carnitas for a living out there in
Oh,
Michoacan.
damn.
Michoacan. So
So you went
anyway,
straight to the
yeah,
source.
yeah. So we're like, hey, uncle, help us out, blah blah. And then he's like, yeah, do this, do that. So we started doing the carnitas. I can see the color, the change of the meat was tasting a lot better. And then we would just do it Saturday and Sunday, and it was not even homemade tortillas. It was just tortillas from like the store kind, just calientarlas. Had like green, red, onion, cilantro, limes, pull at 10 out, do carnitas 5 in the morning, be out by 9, tacos por libras. We would sell it by the pound and in tacos. And then when people go inside, they would buy it. They would go inside the store. They would
Yeah.
grab a pop. They would grab a drink. They would buy vegetables or something. So it was helping out.
Yeah.
So at the
So
end,
bringing
yeah,
traffic
bringing
in.
traffic, and
Yeah.
that was our main goal. Bringing more traffic.
Yeah, I like
Um,
it.
so then a friend of mine, he pulled up with a grill, a black grill, un asador.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, here you go. I think you throw meat steak tacos now and carnitas. I'm like, man, I'm not really trying to do this. I'm just trying to bring in traffic. I'm like, well, we're only doing this Saturday, Sunday. Plus I don't got any money right now to buy the grill. He's like, man, don't worry about it. Here, pay me when you can. And I'm like, here we go. So we started cutting meat, seasoned it, throw it on the steak. After it was steak, so we started doing como tacos al carbón.
Okay, yeah.
We would throw el carbón, throw the steaks, and then take them out, chop it up. And then that's where like, you know what, we should put homemade tortillas. I think it's gonna taste really good with la carne que está saliendo del carbón.
Mhm.
Y ya nomás lo hacemos sábado y domingo. Saturday and Sunday, so we started doing Saturday and Sunday. Then we started doing Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And then there was a one time where I think we were doing that in March all the way in 2018. And then August came and at my work, they had a layoff, like a big layoff, and I was one of them. So,
Órale.
and I was only, and I was, they laid me off, and then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, so I was
What
like,
am I
well,
doing?
yeah. So I'm like, okay, so what am I doing right or what am I doing wrong? I mean, like, if I'm already selling tacos, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, should I go look for another job or just do this every
Go
day,
at it. Yeah.
or go at it? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going at it. I'm just gonna go every day. And yeah, that's what I did. I just said,
Ain't that crazy,
I
Guti,
I
how
put on my social media. I'm like, hey, we'll be selling tacos ya todos los días because I have more time to do it now.
yeah.
So it's kind of,
Como like the destiny, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I always I feel like there's people that dig too much, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna make this work and push it, and it doesn't work.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
But then when you kind of let things be, opportunity comes. Do you what's your like your thoughts on that? Because I truly believe in that. Like, when people ask me like, oh, what goals do you have, right? Like, I can tell you I have the goals. Don't get me wrong, right? Like I have the goals, but I'm also like, for example, one of like my trophy goals is I want a green Lambo, right? Like, and I'm
Yep.
always
Yep.
putting it out there, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm putting it out
Oh
there.
yeah.
But I'm also not like stressed, like, oh my God, I can't make this happen, right? Like, I need this, I want it. Like, no, it's gonna come. And the funny thing is, when you do that, it comes in like a mysterious, cool way. Like, shit, you might pop in and be like, hey, Billy, you know that, I have this Lambo that, like it just
Yep.
happens,
Yep.
right? Like, so I want to hear your thoughts on that because that's what I hear in your story over and over, where you just kind of, you weren't like fighting it or,
Yeah, I wasn't fighting it. I was just like, I didn't know if to look for a job and do this part time or do this full time. And I'm just like, you know what? I feel like we can do this every day, and we'll see what happens, you know. And that's exactly what we did,
and it worked out. Like
and it
you got
worked
laid
out.
off,
Yeah, I
like
got So
and most people
I
at that
just
time might stress out,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
sure there were times,
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
but for the most part, you knew, like, well, let me go all in. Same thing with me. They kicked me out of college. I tried going to college, and not being born in the U.S. at that time. I didn't have my citizenship, and so I didn't qualify for any financial aid or anything.
yeah,
So they
yeah,
kicked me out when, at that time they're like, yeah, you can't. So literally, my thing was, well, shit, either work at a fast food or freaking go all in my music,
yep,
you
yep,
know?
yep. No, no, no. Yeah, sometimes
And it
you.
was a blessing.
Yep. So every time I see that guy with the friend who sold me that grill, I'm like, man,
I bet,
I'll never
yeah.
forget that. No, and it was kind of beat up too. But I fixed it, after
That's
we made
awesome.
some sales, le di una pintadita, una arreglada, but and I have it right now, actually, right now
Oh
here
man,
in
that's
Lincoln.
cool.
But we're getting ready to put one out here, but I want it stainless steel because it's gonna stay outside. I don't want it to rot
Mm-hmm.
later. But changing the subject so I started doing it every day, um, just like 11 to 3, And then August came, my mom was in town. All these recipes, I know them from my mom. She's the one with the recipes, que la salsa, que la birria. And I might change it up a little
Yeah,
bit where I
yeah.
say, hey, mom, look,
Little
try this.
twist.
Maybe, give it a little twist. You'll be like, all right, yeah, you're good. So one of my cousins, me mandó, he sent me the birria tacos, This was like back in 2019
Is
when
that
they
when
were
they were going
yeah,
viral?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. They were
okay.
they were
And
burning.
and you saw the opportunity, bro,
Yeah,
because and I'll let you
yep,
give me more because I want to talk about branding
yep,
and all that
yep,
at that
yep,
time.
yep,
But you were smart because you jumped right in,
yep,
and obviously social media was already popping.
yep,
So,
yep. This was
but
like barely when social media was like popping out.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, social media's been around for a while, but it
yeah,
was like those tacos, birria tacos, que le llamaban birria tacos, quesadillas, they were just going out like
yeah,
crazy, especially down in South California, And my cousin
yep.
said to me, he's like, you guys should make these because I was already making those, And I'm like, man, I don't have a grill, like to make it because the store only had a store. They had no hood. So I
Uh,
was like, how are we gonna do this? Que las carritas, we did them outside with the casa. We did everything like outside. We pulled the tent, acaso, the grill that's outside,
nice.
So our mind came to, I'm like, all right, let's go to Walmart. Let's buy those 200, $300.
Yeah, yeah,
I think they're like $300 griddles.
yep.
We went and bought one, lo armamos. We put a propane tank, and we're like, let's start off with this. Let's see what happens. I told my mom, she's like, all right, we can give it a try, and we'll see what happens. We did it like 3 times, honestly. No me gustó como el color, and se nos quemaban,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
we had to
Like the
mess up a little
first,
bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
After she made like the fourth time, like I'm like, oh, those look good. Those look nice. I posted them on Facebook. I tried them out. I liked them. I mean, and then from there, just business took off. We would have we was in that 3. I had more people still trying to come in. Then I started thinking, I'm like, why are we closing at 3? So then we stayed up
Oh,
till 7, and then we do it every day. And then from then, just business
it
took
just
off.
took
It
off.
just took off. Winter was coming. I couldn't be out
What
there.
was the name of the store at that time?
Pues se llamaba Los Hermanos Market, porque era tienda.
Órale, okay.
So, ya por eso ya cuando ya no era tienda, le cambiamos a Tacos Los
Yeah, yeah,
Hermanos.
yeah. When was that?
That was like
What it was when you saw that it started taking off and
yeah, yeah,
stuff
yeah.
and
We ended up winter was coming and I couldn't be outside, you know. I couldn't be outside, so I was like, shoot, winter is coming. We're still out there in November. I mean,
Yeah,
we're still in November,
yeah.
still selling. I could see the wind fly our tent, fly our platos se volaban, and it was crazy. So at that time, you know, I'm like, what are we gonna do? We had to like put a hood or something, you know. So I ended up taking some of my like at the store, we had 2 rows of shelves. I took one shelf and I put 4 tables. We started getting more busy. I took another shelf, put another table.
That's
4 tables.
crazy. So it slowly just
Yeah,
transitioned.
and I ended up taking the walk-in cooler and a door cooler. We ended up taking it out, putting 6 more tables. And at the end, I'm like, you know what? The store's gone. We ended up
Yeah.
la carniceria at everything. We took a loss, honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
because we did invest a lot, but we took a loss, but we gained on more.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't win all the time, you know. So
Mm.
I ended up selling everything, ended up just changing it into a restaurant. And
Yeah.
at that time, my uncle from Sanchez,
And real quick, I was reading a quote earlier that I saw that it said like you can't always make the right move, but if you make a lot of moves, you're gonna win some.
yeah,
And that's so heavy because people think, you know, like I can in any industry, I can give you an example. Like with music, you could be like, okay, I'm gonna put this song out, I'm gonna invest my money in studio time, all that, right? You put it out, it'll do some numbers, but then that's one move, right? Like you have to make multiple moves, and that's what it reminds me of. So, and that's what I like when you said that, it just reminded me of that quote.
yeah. So I just, you know, ended up go buying that ended up removing the store, and honestly, the store didn't have a hood at that time. We're barely coming up, you know, trying to buy the tables, paint,
Yeah.
you know, and everything costs money, you know.
Yep.
So at that time, my uncle from Sanchez, he had a food truck that he wasn't using. So I'm like,
Oh.
hey, uncle, you know, like we're barely starting up. We're doing good, thank God. But now the winter's coming. I don't have nowhere to cook. He's like, well, I told him, will you rent me out your food truck? Just give me like 6 months, and hopefully I can, I paid him rent for the food truck, you know, and he was like, yeah, go ahead. You know, it took me, like 6 months, and then we bought our own. We put it next to the building, and from there we sell. We haven't put a kitchen inside there. Just we have a hood in the back, but it's not big enough. And the reason we haven't put a kitchen in there because we want to like we need a bigger space there. It's
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
small.
Like the
So
vision is
yeah,
bigger than.
I just kind of want to. The vision is bigger, but I want to stay on 4th Street, you know. So I haven't found anything that's
Yeah,
on 4th.
yeah.
But like I told my brother, you know, let's
Just write it out.
being patient. Patient is always is the key, you know.
Yeah,
I don't like being things in a fast and a hurry, and then
yeah. Then
later,
it doesn't work
it doesn't
out.
work out. So I'm like, I want to stay on
It's
4th
crazy. We
Street.
were just talking about that, like, you know, just waiting and
Yeah,
it comes
yeah,
and it comes better than
yeah,
when you
yeah.
force it,
That's
right?
why I'm like, just let it happen, and we'll see what happens. And then I ended up giving the food truck back to my uncle, and then we got our own, and we still got a hood in the back. But I mean, it's been working out.
That's crazy.
It's been working out for I
Yeah.
can say what
Well,
5 years,
and look what
6 years,
you've
yeah.
built off of it.
So
So
from there, we were doing good. We were working together, you know. Y ya, pues al último, you know.
where did the vision come of like, where did it hit you? Because, you know, at the beginning it was like, okay, I got laid off. Well, I guess I'll start doing this. Where did it hit you where you're like, you know what? Like, we can really take this to Lincoln, to Kearney now, right?
Yeah. So
Yo, we'll be right back to this great episode of the $1 Million Hustle podcast. Before we continue, I want you to go grab a copy of my book, The Power of Being Uncomfortable. It is out on Amazon. It is out on Barnes & Noble, Walmart.com, Target.com, and everywhere else books are available. The great news, guys, is you could go to BillyTheKid.com and grab an autographed copy. That is right. I'm going to mail you an autographed copy right now. Audiobook is also available on Audible and everywhere else audiobooks are available. So go listen to it. Go grab yourself an autographed copy. And I'll see you on the other side, baby. And now back to this great episode of the $1 Million Hustle podcast. Why these cities? I think I know the answer. But why these cities? And then also, is there more that you could think of in Grand Island, or you think that's the like once you find something on 4th Street, it'll just be that? Because it's not like a huge city anyway.
No.
But
I don't know. You know, like we started together, me and my brother, and we get along good. You know, we're always when we got something to do, we talk about it and we agree to it. So I mean, that's one thing I think that's helped us a lot, that me and my brother get along good, you know. And I think that's a key, you know. Se lleven bien in order to grow, you know. And like I said, I bought after that we bought a food truck. We're like, hey, let's go to other towns and sell food and get our branding more known, you know. So that's when we bought the food truck, we wrapped it. Then I started going to Lexington. I started going to Hastings.
Was it like tasting markets,
Yeah.
or you kind of knew
My goal was to go around all those towns like Hastings, Kearney, Lexington, all these little towns I was gonna go. And then my goal was to come and park that truck in Lincoln. That was my main goal. And I was gonna do a lot more, go to other towns, but after I had a bad experience in Lexington, not by the people, but by the police. Yeah, they didn't like all the traffic that was there. We had when we pulled up, we had like 60 people in line, and then all the cars were on.
Shout out to Lexington, man. And Lexington is a cool town, man. I've done a couple of shows out there years ago.
Mucho apoyo allá en Lexington.
Yeah.
And a lot of support. And the reason is just because where we parked, they shared parking with neighbors and their insurance. And they got mad because they were all parking there. Short story.
Complaining.
Yeah, short story. We ended up leaving. I guess my permit wasn't valid in Lex, but when I pulled my permit for my food, they told me it worked everywhere in Nebraska except for Lincoln and Omaha. If I want to go to Lincoln, Omaha, I have to get another permit. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So when I showed it to them, it's like, this is not valid here, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, wow.
Instead of just giving me a warning or something, he's like, the cop wasn't really a little, you know.
Yeah.
So he's like, and then my generator was giving me problems. It was in August. It's freaking hot. So my generator kept shutting off. So I was like,
not meant to be at that time.
So I was like, all right. I left and I probably sold for an hour only, honestly. And then I ended up leaving. And that's when I said, you know what? Then I talked to my health inspector. She said, sorry, you know, I didn't really know. I mean, she was kind of new, but she kind of messed up. Yeah. I just said,
it happens.
It happens, you know? So that's when I said, you know what? Okay. Driving back and forth and that, I mean, it's, you know, it's work, but nothing's easy, you know? So that's when I said, you know, I'm gonna go park this in Lincoln somewhere and start working I'll start working off the truck Wednesday through Saturday while I'm working on the building. I started coming to Lincoln first. I had some friends that hanged out at Longwell's when it was Longwell's. They knew the owner, and the owner wanted me to go sell tacos during Husker season, like birria tacos. He asked me a year, like 1 year. I'm like, I can't. I don't have time. I don't got people. He asked me the second one. I had more help. I'm like, all right, we'll go just Friday, Saturday for those 3 months and 11 to 6. Okay. Then at the end, we ended up staying a whole year there, and we ended up doing Wednesday through Saturday. Yeah. And then from there, that's before I got the food truck. So we were doing GI and I was going to Longwell's. Yeah. So that's when I left Longwell's, that's when I bought the food truck, and I told Longwell's, hey, thank you for the opportunity. We really appreciate it, but I just bought a food truck and I'm going to go to other towns to go let them try my food. She's like, no, thank you. Whenever you want to come back, let us know. Yeah, great people. And we left. And then I did going around town for like 3 months, but I had a vision to open a place in Lincoln. I was looking around, you know, Google.
Was it like that demand, or was Lincoln like just personal?
Because I always said, you know, I always told myself, I had the opportunity to open a place in Kearney. I had opportunity to open in Hastings. But I always said, you know, if I open another place, I want it to be where the population is a lot more bigger. Because I mean, Grand Island it's about 60, 50, they say. So I'm like, if I go to another Kearney or Hastings, the population is smaller.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not saying I'm not gonna sell.
Yeah.
I know I will, but I want something
the next
bigger.
level.
I want something bigger. I don't want it too far from home either, because I mean, you know. So I was like, you know, I think Lincoln is the next step. It's only an hour away. And they already had been selling. Already had customers, because I already had customers from Longwell's that they already knew me, and I had told me, hey, I do want to open a spot here. I just don't know when, but just follow us on Facebook. We'll keep you posted. And then I seen that's when one time I was driving around and I seen that. That's when I was at Longwell, still selling from there. I was driving around with my brother, and I seen that place on 70th and Havelock,
which, by the way, the location is perfect, because we don't have much up north like that.
Yep.
So you hit it right on the spot.
Yep. No, so I seen that place like
Like you see me there almost every day. Because that's on this side of town.
So I seen that place like abandoned, with the wood, and I'm like, I started looking at it. Then I seen I had a drive through in the big park, and I'm like, damn, that's perfect. I mean, it's probably on this side of town, but I mean, like, when people know that you got good food, good quality, good customer service, they'll make the drive. I mean, I wasn't a lot of
dude, like I want to say we went to GI, like with the tacos at the beginning. Like I'm pretty sure we made the drive out there at least once, and I know family that did too. So
because I had some people that were like, "Oh, that's too far," on that side of town. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I ended up buying the building. So so I ended up, I got a hold of a realtor, and a friend of mine recommended me to him. I'm like, hey, can you do some investigation on this building? What's going on? Is it for sale? What's going on? I mean, it's just abandoned there. Casey's owned it at that time, and they said they weren't selling it. They said they weren't, that they would let us know when they would. I'm like, okay, that's fine. 8 months later, I was still off Long Wells, and I was still looking, because I wasn't in a rush. Like I said, I don't like rushing things.
Yeah.
Because when you rush things, I think it just don't work out like that. Like I said, the perfect time will come. I prefer to buy, because I know leasing wasn't they ain't cheap.
Yep.
It was when I called and asked for the numbers, I was like, okay. So then I started thinking, I'm like, what's gonna happen 5 years later after the lease is over? It's gonna keep going up. 10 years gonna be by, 20 years are gonna pass by. I'm still doing this, and
you own the building.
Yeah.
And
so
it's funny because you did it the most perfect way, bro, because it reminds me of like the whole McDonald's thing, right? Like they're not selling burgers, it's real estate. Because you have your investment there now. No matter what, you could quit and please don't. But like 5-10 years from now, you'd be like, you know what? And then now you have this investment.
So I ended up so then Casey's got back to my realtor, and then my realtor got back to me. He's like, hey man, they just got back to me. He said they want to sell the building. He said that they don't have any plans, that if you want to purchase it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go see it inside. We came to an agreement, signed, boom.
And then you started doing the truck there, right?
Yeah, that's when I'm like, okay, we're bringing the food truck. We're getting light from inside my building. We're going to store stuff in there. We're going to work off my truck, build more customers, let people know that we're going to build.
And you did it perfect, because now you have the location coming soon. Here's our food, though.
Yeah, and I never had a date, because honestly, it needed a lot of work. It used to be a Casey's, and the other where my kitchen is at used to be a Subway. So
that's right.
I got pictures in there, man. It was a drop ceiling. It was the floor. We had to take the floor. We had to redo the restrooms.
Which came out really nice, bro. Like
we had everything.
It's an experience. You know what I mean, when you walk in there.
Yep. And I had to hire an engineer, draw me a plan, get it a print, get it approved by the city. It's a process. Because about. My goal was to finish it in 1 year. That was my goal. But sometimes things don't happen how we want to. So we ended up finishing everything, and our doors open 18 months later. But so
came out great. Came out great. So I want to touch on branding, bro, because that, like, branding / and then if you could lead into social media marketing. I'm just a geek when it comes to that. I have some clients that I do marketing for and stuff like that. So I want to touch a little bit on that, because your branding, like where did you learn all that from? Like, and just give us some tips on branding, and then also social media, because you're great at it. Like that's one thing that, like, you got that down, bro. Like
I mean, me talking on the camera, I was always like nervous or like shy about it, until I have a friend in Grand Island. He owns a car lot, Island Auto, Frank. When he started his biz on his own, maybe 6 months later, we started with the market, and he's always good with social media too. So one time he's like, man, you just have to make one video. Don't be shy. Think about the future, think about who needs this, and you started giving me good tips, and I just started thinking one day, I'm like, all right, I just have to give it a shot. I did one video, and then from there, I was like, well, that wasn't that bad, you know? And you started, I mean, I'm not professional or
Yeah,
perfect,
no,
you know?
but you
I still stutter
you
here
do,
and there.
yeah,
And
yeah. No,
I
we
mean,
all do, bro. We all do.
but,
Like shit,
but yeah,
I used to do videos in MySpace, bro, like on MySpace,
yeah.
and
But I'm not
I
shy.
still get better,
Yep, I'm not shy about it
Yeah.
more.
And I think when you're being yourself, bro,
Yeah.
being authentic, I think that's the number one thing. And that's one thing that I've always told myself, like, no matter what subject or what it is, this is who I am. Some people might not like it, and it's okay too,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
No, yeah, we can like I said, we can't
But there's more
everybody
that will, right? Like there's more that will, and
out of 100 people, maybe 10 people are not gonna like it.
exactly, yeah,
that's
and that's a
fine, you
great
know?
percentage.
That's fine because
Yeah.
we're not here to please everybody because we can't, because everybody
Yeah.
has different tastes.
Yeah, different
Some
opinions.
people might not like the authentic, some people might not like the spicy sauce, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is, you can't agree to everybody, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. So true, man. Love it. And you also like it's crazy. I thought you were gonna bring Viriana here, but you didn't. I'm a little disappointed.
I'm going to.
To my house, I'm saying.
Oh,
I opened the door. I'm like, man, where is she at? No.
No.
But it's dope because it's a mascot. Like like I said, talk a little more on that because it's just brilliant what you're doing,
yeah.
bro.
So a lot of people, when we opened up, obviously we're a store. Then we went to Tacos Los Hermanos. Our logo was a taco. And then this company, he's seen my page on Facebook. He's from California. He makes like my paper. He makes logos. He makes my cups. He makes
All the branding
all the
stuff.
branding.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got a
Material, branding
he hit
material.
me up through Messenger. And he's like, "Hey, I think we need to change your logo."
Mm.
And I'm like, "This is
Just through social media,
yeah,
like
this is this person through
random.
yeah." And I thought it was like a scam or something, you know. And I'm like, and I said, "Why?" He's like, "Because your logo's played out." Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because it was just a taco, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's why I'm like, what's a good number to get a hold of, you know? Because I was like, this, you know, we
So
talked.
that shit hit you,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You're like, man, you're onto something. Hold
He's
on.
like, he's right.
And I love that, bro,
He's
because
right.
here's another key, right? Like being open-minded.
Yeah.
Because you could have easily be like, F you, but no, you were open-minded, like,
Yeah, yeah.
So I love that.
So we talked, and he's like, all right, look, he's like, what do people like to do in Nebraska? I'm like, well, you know, there's not much to do around here, but you know, when it comes down to Husker season, you know, people love that, you know, they're always out there. So, and then he started telling me, okay, what do you sell more at your restaurant? I'm like, look, my number one item I sell a lot is birria. It's birria, and we sell that over and over. I mean, we do a lot of birria. Okay. He's like, okay, you know, birria should be made out of goat. It should be made out of goat, but obviously you see that more in Mexico
Yeah.
and not here, you know? So he's like, what if we put a goat as a mascot? And I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, nobody has a goat, you know? I haven't seen a goat as a mascot, as a logo here in Nebraska, you know? Not that I know of. I don't know. Might be wrong, maybe.
Yeah,
but not that I know of. So I'm like,
yeah, no,
so I'm
I
like,
can't
you know what?
have any.
Goat isn't bad. I'm like, yeah. So he started like dressing her up. He put her like he's dressed up as a Huskers with like a red cap and everything. I'm like, man, that looks so dope, but it doesn't match my colors because my colors are like green and hot pink. And I'm like, because my vision
Why those colors?
because my vision was
Standing out, like,
well, that, and I wanted to do like a taqueria paleteria. Yeah.
okay.
So I've seen
So
that.
those colors were already.
I've seen that. And, you know,
Yeah,
I'm not from California,
Yeah.
but I follow.
Well, and that's
you
the
know,
thing, bro.
you see-
I think also let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
Like any business, the thing, guys, is we're not doing things that we're inventing, if that makes sense. Like we're renovating things. Like, like rap's been around forever,
Yeah.
like real estate investing has been around forever.
Yep.
The food business. So it's just bringing your own freaking taste, right? Like your own thing, your own flavor, we'll
Yep,
say, right?
yep.
So
So when you know, like when you're done eating, a lot of people want something to snack on, you know, unas fresas con crema, una mangonada, some ice cream or something. So I like those strong colors that stick out, you know.
Yeah.
Because when you go through my building on 17th Ave, and if you can't see it,
For real, bro.
then
Love
I don't
it.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just pops right out, you know.
So all that was part of the
Yeah.
vision that you wanted.
Yeah, so I told him I like the goat, but those colors don't match. don't match our colors, you know? So that's when he dressed her up and then put different colors on her. I'm like, oh, that looks a lot better. And then that's why a lot of people ask, why the goat? I'm like, well, because birria should be made out of goat meat, but obviously it's not. I will never eat goat again after having my goat. So I can't even do it anymore, you know? So, and then from there, that's where the goat came from. And then one time I told my brother-in-law, I'm like, man, I wish I had a goat, a little goat as a mascot, you know? But I'm like, I don't want them big ones, you know? Just like the baby ones. Well, I shouldn't have told him because a week later, he's like, hey, dice, un compa ya tiene un rancho que no sé, dice que he has a mixture goats. I'm like, if it ain't white, I don't even want it. It's white. I'm like, are you serious?
You know, like make it a ring.
I'm like, 'cause I kind of wanted it, and I did it because I didn't know
maintenance too, right?
because I didn't know if I can have it because I'm in I live in Grand Island, so I have neighbors around. My neighbors they're nice, they're good people and everything. And I'm not saying they were gonna call me in, but I thought for somebody else, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, and he told me on my dad, let's go see him. I'm like, well, let's go. I'm like, we get there. And blah, blah, we look at it. I'm like, damn, it was nice. It was a little baby one. She's a little bit male, but they don't know much. She's still a baby, yeah.
How long do they live?
You know what? Honestly, I don't know.
Interesting.
I Googled it last time, don't get me wrong. It said between 15 and 18 years. I can be wrong. I don't know. But
so like a dog?
Yeah.
Kinda.
So she's I can say I had her for about 3 years. Yeah. So, and then from there, we looked at it and I told my brother, I'm like, well, you know what? How much do you want for it? I said, give me $80. I'm like, 80? I'm like, here. I gave him 100. I'm like, here,
like,
thank you.
You couldn't even push.
I was like, you know what? Here's 100. Look. I'm gonna tell you straight up, look. If someone calls me in because I have to bring it back, I'm gonna bring it back to you. I don't even want the money back. That's my fault.
Yeah.
So don't feel like if I'm gonna need my money back,
right?
So I'm just taking them.
Well, it was so low there.
Yeah, like I'm gonna take her, and if something's not working out right, I'll bring her back to you. He's like, that's fine, and I don't want my money back, so don't think. He's like, okay, cool. We take her, I bought actually, my friend gave me a kennel that he wasn't using. Then I had a friend put like una casita that way. She had shade. Man, honestly, the first week she would cry a lot. Man, So I told my girl, I'm like, if she does that one more day, she's going back. She must have heard me because she didn't.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. And I told
her, you literally couldn't
I told her, man, that's annoying. She's getting annoying, and I feel like the
neighbors.
I didn't really. Yeah, for me, I could because I was never there.
Yeah.
I was at work when I came back to sleep. But I'm like, I feel like our neighbors.
Oh, and like at night too.
Well, not at night, just during the day. But I feel like the neighbors are they're gonna
get annoyed or whatever.
They get annoyed. So I was like,
so it just stopped.
So I told my wife, I'm like, if she does that one more day, I'm taking her back. She's like, just give her some time. She needs to get she misses her.
Yeah.
She misses where she was from. And I just gave her one. I'm like, nah, I'm giving her one more day. Like, nah. She stopped. She stopped.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, that is so crazy. I'm like, damn. Like, so she stopped and she hasn't done it since then. I mean, she's like, honestly, like just like any other pet. She eats the grass.
So nothing too crazy, and the size is perfect.
Yeah, size is perfect.
And you probably got a lot of like views and stuff.
Yep. So
so the $80 were well worth it.
Yeah. So when we have events, she has her own costume. Tiene su gorrito with green and pink, and then she has a shirt. Los Hermanos. And then I got cousins in Houston that sell jewelry. And they send me like a bling bling.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
They send me like a little chain and it has a B on it for Birriana. So when we have like events or we have like the festival coming up here, September 27, 28 that we organize. I have a kennel out there and I have like her name. And then I have like food for kids can feed her or they can take her out for a walk.
That's dope.
And then we dress her up as like if it was the logo,
Yeah.
And then my cousin's like, here, put this on her. That way she'll look, it'll stick out. It looks nice because it has a B on it. It's a little diamond, not diamond, but it's just like a fake chain, and it's funny, and people love it. So from then, I mean, all we do is feed her water,
Yeah.
food. I
Nothing
mean,
too crazy
food,
for
nothing
maintenance.
crazy. She eats most of the grass, so
Yeah.
even does us a favor. So no, and and then from my idea came from there. But my sister's watching her right now. But I do plan bringing her to Lincoln.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to build a fence. Yeah, and I'm waiting for them to build my fence, and then I'm gonna bring her and then see what happens.
Yeah. Nice.
So
I have to get used to it too.
So yeah, so one time she was tied up when I recently got her. She was tied up in the front because I don't let her loose because she'll leave. She was tied up in the front, and then I wasn't home. It was like 9:30 at night. This is when I was still in Grand Island, and I didn't see it, but my kid came out after the ring, and it was a police officer. He pulled up. He's like, he was walking to because he thought it was a loose goat in the neighborhood. So he walked up to the house. When he seen her tied up, he was walking out. My son opened the door. He's like, "How can I help you?" He's like, "Oh, is that a goat?" He's like, "Yeah." Cool. He's like, "Never seen a goat before in town." He's like, "Yeah." But my son was like 12, I think 13, 12 years old. He didn't say much. Like, yeah, it's my dad's. I can't remember what he said. Oh, he's like, "Oh, okay, thank you. Have a nice day." And he left. So then I recorded on my ring. I put it on my social media. I'm like, "Hey, shout out to the police officer that came out thinking we had a loose goat in the neighborhood." Somehow the police station found out about my video that I posted on Facebook. They got a hold of me. He's like, "Hey man, we're gonna have a meeting this day on this time. Could you bring the goat into the meeting?" And that way the officer that got off, the officer that got off, we want to like just present her, like just so yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, what time?" He's like, "This day, blah blah." So I dressed her up.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I got my camera guy ready. I'm like, "Let's go to the police station. We're gonna go. This happened, this." So we're entering and they were having a meeting, all the police officers. We took her inside. When we took her inside, the cop that had got off, he was like, then we all started laughing, talking. They took pictures with her, and it's been great.
Like an event.
Yeah, and even everybody knows we have a goat in the
Yeah.
Nobody, it's all good.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so that's where the goats came from, and we'll see what happens next. And that's why I think branding your stuff is really important because people already know like where it's like, where it's coming from,
exactly. Yeah.
So that's why.
Well, yeah, and it's crazy, like that water, at an airport, and this is another thing too, like clientele wise, right? Like this water can be 50 cents at a, rundown store, we'll say, but the same water, the value at an airport is $9 for a bottle, and it's knowing that clientele too, right? So all branding, man, literally with this damn coffee too. If you scrape everything off, it's just a white cup.
Yeah, it is,
but
man,
it tastes better with the logo on it.
It is.
Right?
This can be, it's like, $5, $6 for a case.
Yeah.
You see them at the airport for like $7.
Literally, yeah.
An event.
Just for the logo and stuff. So yeah. I wanted to ask you earlier, you mentioned like working with your brother. What tips do you have for people? Because you always hear it, right? Like, oh, don't do business with family, right? Or whatever else. Like, what tips do you have for people on that aspect?
I think one thing that made us, me and my brother get along good and grow together, that me and my brother grew up together with, so when we moved to Grand Island, my dad was still around. My dad still owns La Movida bar. He opened up that bar in 1996. My dad got into some problems there. He ran it for 7 years, got into some problems. And he did some time. They took his residence away, got deported. So that was when me and my brother, while that he did some time, it was just me and my brother and my mom. So, when you're used to having sometimes dad around all the time, you're like, I'm not a daddy's boy or a boy,
Yeah.
So when you lose that, we didn't lose them, honestly, but being locked up, it's just
away.
It was being away, and we were struggling, and we were just it was hard growing up with because it was like I was 15 and it was 18. That was just our perfect age to grow.
Yeah.
And that was the time when he left us,
Yeah.
And I think that's what made us strong and made us really like bond together, So, we know what we went through, and when I think that's what, and then when we started doing this together, I just think it just makes us like be grateful,
Mm-hmm,
grateful,
mm-hmm.
and to never look back on those memories
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think that's what
And
made us.
looking back, bro, what would you do different?
We'll be right
Before
back.
we continue,
Go subscribe to Billy the Kid YouTube.
that is Billy, DHAKID.
Also, go follow Billy the Kid Music on Spotify
Pandora, Apple Music.
and everywhere else.
Music is available.
And now, back to this great episode. Let's go.
Hopping out the two, nowhere number 2 foul. Feel like Kobe, though I'm winning, need to do more. My mama sorry, college wasn't for me. Street smart, no degree, just like Kobe. Self-made boss with a suit like a mogul. I'm the new era, you see it on my logo.
Just not, I would not want to go through the stuff that, when we're struggling, go through back, just like always stay positive, you always got to stay positive, never stay negative. And every day is another opportunity in life, and be a good person. If you're a good person in life, you're always
You get rewarded.
get rewarded. If you're doing good, give back to the community. That's how God gives you back if you give back to people. So I mean, when you can, and if you can, you can.
Yeah.
So
Love that, man. I just recorded a song called "Prayed and Paid," which is like a saying that I have like on my Instagram. It's just been for a few years. I've just always been mindful of prayed and paid, right? Like, and that song I mentioned that on there. Like, if you do ugly, he'll block blessings, including money. And it's true. Like, so I love that. I love it. Let me ask you this. With all the stuff you have going on, like, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Like, where are we going with everything that you're doing?
honestly, right now we are getting ready to build another food truck. It's ready. We're just waiting on the menu. We are bringing that food truck. That new one is going to Kearney. I know we already have one in Kearney, but the old one that I had started here, I moved it to Kearney, but I'm bringing that one back to Lincoln. That I plan to put it on the south side of Lincoln for now. But for
Is
now,
that a potential market?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but for now, what I plan doing is bringing it back and get it ready for Husker season. Once Husker season is over, I'm gonna see somewhere on the south side of Lincoln where I can park it and work
See
out
where
my
it
food
goes.
truck, because I have a lot of customers that come from the south side and come to the north side. They're like, man, it takes us 20 minutes to get here, and they're during lunch breaks, So I feel like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I feel like I understand 20 minutes there, 20
Yeah.
minutes back.
That's
and
a
get in
40
line,
minute.
get in
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
So I feel like we're missing a big part on the south side.
Yeah.
And most people, some do come to the north side, but not a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like we got to bring our food truck out there to the south side, and then we're building another one that's going to be getting that way it can stay in Kearney. Yeah. So
How did you get with Kearney? Was it just a test one, or just knowing people out there?
it's closer to home. It's closer to GI, and we have a lot of customers that come from Kearney, that come from Lexington.
So just seeing kind of
Yeah.
the clientele that comes in.
Yep. A lot
Okay.
of yep. Sometimes when you go outside, your business, and you start looking at car plates,
Yeah, yeah.
9 county or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other, I think 18 county.
Wow, that's smart, bro. So you like started seeing,
Yeah, so
paying attention.
yeah, I started paying attention to who was visiting.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just a lot of out of town, because sometimes, let's be real, sometimes, you got more support from people that don't
Yeah.
know you,
Yeah,
that do know you. you
Yeah.
know? It's sad to say that.
yeah, yeah.
But it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it goes back, like you said, like everybody has an opinion or different opinions. And how have you kind of worked through all that? Because it is a thing, right? Like maybe even friends, like close friends, all of a sudden, and especially the thing is that it's easy to look at you now, right? Like, oh, you're doing all this, that, right? But they don't know all the sacrifices, right? Like the past decade or your whole life, really.
Sometimes we still do. We put 80
Yep.
hours, 90 hours.
Yep.
And if someone calls in sick, you gotta go. What are you gonna do? Close?
Yeah.
It's like, no, we have to sacar el trabajo and just go. So, a lot of people say, I want my own business, but they don't know. They think you're just gonna work 5 to 6 hours and come home and have somebody else there.
And turn your phone off.
And turn your phone off. Sometimes it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to work 12 to 15 hours and you have to work more. And you got more responsibility and more bills.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, there's for everything, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And what are some tips that you would give somebody starting right now, that like, and maybe from your or actually from your experience, like 5 tips that you would give them, like, hey, do these things, you're just starting out right now in any business.
I mean, a tip you can give them is, marketing is really important, um, put your, if you got more good marketing, I think you would do good in business. Always be good to your customers, give a good customer service, never be stuck up. That's one key too. Never think you're better than everybody. Just be humble and be like it's like another day, and just, I think it's just the way you are, or the way that you treat people and the way you market. I think that helps out. People see that, and God sees it, and it helps you out in various ways. So.
I love that, bro. Love it. Like that's the thing is you can't like the thing is, guys, you could sit there and lie about whatever it is, right? Your business, or you're doing it. That's why it's crazy when there's some people that will come to you like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah blah blah, and it's like just let it kind of flow. Like you don't want to, it almost makes it unattractable, if that makes sense, right? Like let it flow. Like the conversation will come,
Don't brag about,
Yeah.
I'm making this much, and
Yeah.
blah blah. Just,
But see,
at
and
the
I
end of
feel
the
that
day,
people that do that, bro, are the ones that aren't,
don't brag about if you're doing
that's
good.
what doesn't work out because
Yeah.
God's watching that,
If
guys.
you're doing good, good. That's good. Thank
Yeah.
God, but don't brag about stuff.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
you know it personally. Nobody needs to know, because at the end of the day, it's, it's
Yeah,
personal stuff.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think if you focus on what you're doing, you're gonna make noise regardless, right? Like that you can't hide hard work. Like if you put in hard work and you work hard at what you do and stay focused, you're gonna make noise regardless, whether even if you don't want to. Like So
Yep.
love it, bro. Well, I hate to like wrap it up, bro. I know you gotta go take care of the all the great stuff that you're doing. I'm gonna wrap up the interview with some questions that I ask at the end, just some quick questions. But is there anything that I didn't mention that you would like to talk about? Or that I
Honestly,
didn't ask
man,
you about?
no, I mean, you said what's my goal here in 5, 10 years? I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah,
like I said, bringing that food truck to the south side of Lincoln, bringing that one to Kearney. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I would like to open another one on the south side,
yeah,
but as of right now, I don't have any plans. I want to, but I want to take things slowly. So now
yeah.
we've been open here 8 months. I feel like I said, I don't like rushing things. I like letting things happen when it's the right time.
Yeah.
So I've been offered already a lot of people have been getting a hold of me. Hey, there's a vacant place over here. Hey, do you want to take over here? And I'm like, I don't like rushing things. I'm still working on some stuff here at the north location where I'm working now to open a drive-through. So I'm like,
Game changer
I'm
there.
like, why am I gonna try to open something on the south side when I haven't even opened my drive-through? I'm like, that's too much. So
Like one thing at a time, right? Like
one thing
I
at a
love that.
time, and then we wanna see if we can get
Because I feel like if you do all these things, you're buying stress,
Yep,
right?
it is,
And
and it
you
is.
can't forget like this is something that you like, you love, like,
Yep, yep,
so you don't want it to become
yep,
a thing you start hating or something,
and then
So
we wanna get a bigger location for Grand Island too. My
yeah.
brother's helped me out, so I gotta help him back
Oh
out
yeah.
too. We
Yeah.
do this together, but he does his own over there. I do my own here. But when it comes down to like doing so, he helped me out to get this location. Now I told him I gotta help you out. So
Yeah.
our bond is really good, and I think that's another goal too we have, is to like get not something big, but just something more where we have more space to work.
And I think now, especially seeing like the Lincoln one, you have this vision now, what you're gonna do back home and stuff. So
Yep.
I love it, bro. Love it, man. So if you were to look back at your younger self, bro, what would you tell yourself right now?
I always thought myself when I was like when teachers ask you, where do you see yourself in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years? I was like, honestly, I wanted my own business, I did, but when you're little, everybody wants to be a police officer.
Right, yeah.
That's when I was like,
The
police
typical,
officer,
yeah.
And then, from there, I'm like, okay. So when I graduated from high school, I wanted to be an electrician. Yeah. I wanted to be an electrician. I was going to school. I went to school for like maybe the first semester, and then I went to the second one. I skipped some classes, got kicked out. They said start next semester. Then I started going again. Then my girl got pregnant, so the baby was on the way. You had to work more hours. Then I started not going. And then I started going next year. Then I said I'll go next year. 5 years later passed. You're like, damn,
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it. So just started working, and my goal was to always own my own business. And we're here now, and we'll see what happens later down the road.
Yeah.
One thing is just we never gave up. We just it's not give up. And don't give up. If this didn't work out, try this thing. If that don't work out, just keep trying. Don't give up. Eventually one of them is gonna work out.
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
Love it, man. If there's three things that you must do for success, so like the $1 million hustle, the point in this podcast is, and it's to get people's attention, but it's funny because it's truly like the money comes is what the $1 million hustle means. So like you have to become the person to get there, right? Like you can't get to that milestone if you're still doing the same stuff. Like you have to make certain habits, certain things that you have to do to get there. What are like three things that you would say that if you do these three things, you're going to be successful, you're going to get to your $1 million hustle? What are those three habits that you would say have gotten you where you're at?
Stay positive, get up early. Don't get up at 11 or 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, thinking what you're going to do. Get up early. When we started in GI, me and my brother, we would get up like at 6 a.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. to get ready. And when you start a business, you got to start, if you're barely starting, nobody knows you, don't try to hire all these people, I mean, it was just me. When we started, it was just me and my brother. Me and my brother. And now.
So hire slowly.
Yeah, hire slowly. I think. Honestly, now between both locations, I think we're up to like about 38, 35 employees.
Wow, love it.
And it was just me and my brother doing it by ourselves. And I think it's like, stay positive, get up early, and be grateful. And like I said, be a good person.
I love that.
Yep.
Love it. And I wrote The Power of Being Uncomfortable, bro. So one question I have for you is, because I think in entrepreneurship, you're constantly doing uncomfortable things, right? Like you said, like grabbing the camera, right? Like, but what's one time that you can remember where you're like, man, like I got uncomfortable, but it paid off? Out of the many, like what's one uncomfortable thing that you did that now it paid off?
I mean, sometimes looking at the camera,
Yeah.
and then people around you, which I still get nervous, sometimes, but not as much as I used to. I think about the future, the life, my kids. I want the best for them. So
then that fear goes away or whatever.
Like, at the end of the day, nobody's gonna give you anything. You gotta go get it. So, and then my parents, have made me strong because I mean, they're hardworking people. My mom comes and goes. She's actually here in Lincoln right now, so she's helping me out. But she'll go back to Mexico with my dad. She'll be over there for like 6-7 months. She'll come back for like 2 months, but she goes back and forth. And but yeah.
What does she say, bro, when she sees all the stuff you guys have built? Very proud, huh?
She loves it. She's proud. She's cried. She knows what we've been through. The story. Here and there. But she's really proud of us. She said she would never thought we would come this far without them being here. Because it was just me and when my mom left, it was just me, my brother, and my little sister. So it was just, we're on our own,
Yeah.
And yeah, but thank God, like I said, when one door closes, another one opens. When that door closed at the bar, another one opened.
Exactly, yeah.
And then that door closed for the market, another one closed, another one opened. So that's why I said never give up. We went from a bar, from a store, not to a restaurant. It's like, hold on, I'm gonna give you 3 opportunities, So,
I love that, bro.
But yeah.
Love it, man. And then what is, because you mentioned, and I got one more question after this, and we'll wrap it up. You mentioned like your employees, what does the operation side look like? Like as far as like the team, like you have a manager and then
Yeah, I mean, I have a manager, and he runs the kitchen, he's in
hmm
charge of the kitchen. I got another manager, she runs like the front. She's in charge of the front, the
hmm
snack area, making sure everybody's on top,
hmm
I mean, I still put in work,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still, I'm not the person who like, oh, bosses don't work or whatever.
Right. Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
If you don't, that's cool. I respect
Yeah,
that, but
yeah.
that's not me. I don't know. If I see my crew has a lot of people and they got a bunch of tickets and they're
You'll jump
getting
in. Yeah.
picked, I put some gloves on. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Let's get to
That's a
work.
leader, bro.
I'm
That's a
not. I
leader.
just can't be staring at them like
Hurry up
with my
or
hands
yeah, yeah.
inside or something like that. No,
Yeah.
like I
I
jump
love
in.
it.
I'm not scared to get my hands dirty
Yeah.
or get dirty or sweat anything because that's how I started doing this. And
hmm
I mean, if they're doing okay and they're doing it by themselves, I let them do it.
Yeah.
But if they need help, I'm gonna jump in.
Love it. I
Yep,
love that, bro.
yep,
Yeah. It's the same like in any industry with me, like even that construction, like shit, if I have to go paint, it is what
yep,
it is.
yep,
Like, so
yep,
I love that.
yep.
And then the last question, bro, is if you were to write a book, what would be like the theme of the book? And then slash if you think of like a title.
Well, like a book.
If you were to write a book, what would be the theme and then the title of the book?
I mean, it had to be someone, Los Hermanos, Los Hermanos Nebraska or Los
Yeah,
Hermanos
yeah.
Tacos, no
I
sé,
love it.
and the theme would be maybe just how you start, or how it started.
hmm
Sometimes, like when you see like those big chains like KFC,
hmm
McDonald's, you see them on social media, how they
Yeah.
started. It's pretty cool how they,
Yeah, yeah.
19 started with Burger King. I think he started
Yeah.
selling burgers off one place and then it's crazy how, they're all over.
Yeah.
But yeah, just something
Something
like
like
that.
along the
And
lines
yeah,
there.
just, name of the business,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
how the business started,
yeah. And then social media, where can people find you?
We got two pages actually. So we have one for Tacos Los Hermanos GI. That's the first one we started. Then we got Tacos Los Hermanos Lincoln. So it's really important for you to have like because I was only gonna run off that Facebook page, Tacos Los Hermanos GI, promote for both pages, but then it confuses people because they're gonna be like,
hmm
because we don't do chicken here in Lincoln, when they do it in Grand Island.
Okay,
So then
okay.
people are gonna be confused, and they still get a little bit confused. But then at the end, and when people say, "Hey, go to the Facebook page and look them up," but then if they look at Taco Los Hermanos GI, they're like, "Hold on, these people that don't know you, they're like,
Yeah, yeah.
these guys are not in Lincoln, they're in GI." So then you're losing business there. So
hmm
that's why we had to make another one. That way, when you click on Taco Los Hermanos Lincoln,
hmm
it takes you to the right direction.
Love it.
And then I posted it one time. There's two different pages that one's for GI, one's for Lincoln. I
hmm
mean, it's the same, but just that way people that don't know us, they can
Yeah.
put the reviews not all in one.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
And then, of course, I've also seen that you do parties for, deliveries.
Yeah.
How can people get a hold of you for that? Is it just the
Um,
phone number for the store
yeah, if they
or in Facebook
yeah,
too, probably?
if they can message us on Instagram or Taco Los Hermanos any, that's for both of them. But if once we get talking, hey, where do you
hmm
want this delivered, GI or Lincoln, we'll go from
hmm
there. They can just go to Taco Los Hermanos Lincoln. If we're in Lincoln,
hmm
send us a message. Hey,
hmm
I need this. Then I'll reach out. I'm like, here's my number. Call me. We'll start talking. Then we'll come to an agreement
Figure out the
and
date
say,
and stuff.
figure
Yeah.
out the date, pricing, how much,
Yep.
time, and where, and we'll make it happen.
I love it, bro.
Yep.
Well, if there's anything, bro, that I can help you with, let me know, man. Reach out. That I love what you're doing, bro, and that's one thing that I love doing in this podcast is giving people like you their flowers, for all the amazing things that you're doing because it's hard. It's hard, guys. This is not a game. It's very hard, but I think when you love what you do and you just stay focused, man, this is what you get, right? Like the stuff that you're doing, bro. So. Congrats on all your success, man, and thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
This
Thank
this
you.
was
Thank you for having me here and really appreciate it. And like I said,
yeah,
let's keep going and see
hell
what happens
yeah.
later down the road.
Let's do it, man. Like I said, I was disappointed you didn't bring birriana, and then I was looking for some tacos too.
No,
I'll head over there after. No?
we open up at 11.
Oh man, there you go. So
that's why I didn't bring any. But if I would have been open, if this would have been later, I would have for sure. You know,
had a whole party out here. But no, thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Those of you who are listening, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow him on all the pages. Follow me. And if you're listening to this, screenshot it. And tag us, and then we'll reshare it. That way we can all get out there, man. But thank you. I'll see you on the next one, baby. Vamonos.
Know what you want, to know where you headed. No one getting between my goals, I'm not letting. I want big money, like a mansion pool money. I want a tiger on my bed, that Tyson Zoo money. Out the mud, coming out a big hole. Got my pickaxe ready, gonna dig gold.